Here we have an Arctic Trooper from Valaverse, and this is the basic Trooper, so there's only a few accessories here. If you want to really gear this guy up, you're going to want to get the Arctic Trooper gear pack. So what this guy comes with is a figure stand with 4 pegs, so you can kind of pose him out however you want to. There is a slot back here if you want to display this figure with a file card in that little slot there. There are a couple heads. You get this head, which is identical to that one, just a different skin tone. You get this head, which is probably my favorite. It's got these goggles, really makes it look like an Arctic ski character based. You get this, I'm going to put my hand here behind it. It's a little white gun. Very Arctic, right? And he comes with 3 sets of hands. So one set is a fisted hand, and a second set is a hand with a thumb sticking up, like maybe he's hitchhiking, I'm not sure. A third set is designed to where you can have him hold the underside of a gun, just like that. And that's it for the accessories right there. Beyond that, let's look here a little bit closer, I would say, at this figure. So the figure has all the points of articulation if you're used to a Valaverse figure, but we'll go through those here real quick. The head rotates all the way around. It's on a ball joint and a hinge, so you can actually have him look up that far, look down that far, rotate his head all the way around if need be. He's got amazing torso articulation. If you want him to bend forward, he bends like really far forward and really far back. He also can move back and forth like so, and rotate at the waist as well as just a little bit up there at the chest. If you want him to sit, he can sit about that well. If you want him to do the splits, really well for an Arctic Trooper. Has a thigh rotation, double pinless knee, and if your figure is ever tight, just take some hot water to it, or put him in a hot bath pool, or use like a hairdryer, warm heat, and that will loosen up some of these joints. There's a rotation at the boot, a hinge, and a pivot down here at the ankle. So he's really posable. I didn't talk about the arms just yet. There are butterfly joints that go back, have quite the range of motion, I would say. Can lift the arms up probably about that high. Bicep rotation, double pinless elbow, so he can bring his arms up about there. I thought he could go a little bit further. Yeah, about that far. It's not accurate. There you go, about that. Whatever. That far. A rotation and a hinge at the wrist. So this is a pretty cool posable figure. We'll pop his head off here real quick. I'll put my favorite one on so you can see what that looks like and how easy it is to I say how easy, and now it's like the hinge is moving. There we go. But still, that's pretty easy. Yeah, I like those goggles a lot. Oh, and by the way, he does come with trigger finger hands, so you can slide this in, hook it around the finger there. Could swap out a hand and put one of these hands in right there. That's not quite all the way in, but I think it's in far enough. And then he can hold that, make a pose, make some weird little interesting cool looking pose, pivot his hands, and it's a fun figure. I like this figure, and I like the Valaverse Action Force figures, so I think they look pretty cool. They have a really nice shelf presence.